Het is maandag en ik probeer chili con carne te maken. Maar ik was de helft van de ingrediënten vergeten. Omdat ik geen weekendboodschappen had gedaan, moest dat vandaag gebeuren. En het is nu 8 uur, terwijl mijn dochtertje eigenlijk al op bed moet liggen. En ik moest dus mijn vriend terugsturen naar de winkel om tomatenpuree te halen. En om sambal te halen. En nu komt hij terug met de mix voor de chili con carne. Over te veel aan je hoofd gesproken. Ik ben Linda. Ik heb een baan, ben moeder, stiefmoeder, partner. Ik moet het huishouden op orde krijgen, mijn vrienden zien, ouders bezoeken, het nieuws bijhouden. En dat allemaal in mijn trainingspak, zodat ik ieder moment kan gaan hardlopen. En dat laatste, dat schiet er nog wel eens bij in. Het onderhouden van mezelf.
Maar je kunt het.
Nu heb ik dus 2 minuten om mijn trein te halen. De tank is leeg. Mijn lichaam en geest voelen niet als één geheel. Ik ben totaal uit balans. Tijd voor een time-out. Ik ga op zoek naar meer rust, energie en balans in mijn leven. Waar is het? In deze aflevering ga ik op zoek naar structuur, zodat ik rustiger word in mijn hoofd.
In karate, there is an image that's used to define the position of perfect readiness. Mind like water. Imagine throwing a pebble into a still pond. How does the water respond? The answer is totally appropriately to the force and mass of the input. Then it returns to calm. Clearing the mind and being flexible are key.
Een geest als water, dat wil ik. Daarom heb ik de hulp ingeroepen van de man die deze productiviteitsbijbel heeft geschreven.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to introduce to you tonight the one and only Mr.
David Allen, welcome.
David Allen.
Welcome, David. David Allen.
Hi David. Good morning. Hij komt er niet uit. Heeft u misschien een man in pak gezien? Niet bewust. Nee, is weg. En ik heb zijn telefoonnummer niet bij me. Ja, daar is hij. David? Getting Things Done is meer dan 2 miljoen keer verkocht en in meer dan 30 landen verschenen. CEO's, spiritueel leiders, maar ook DJ's zweren bij zijn methode. Zou het ook wat voor mij zijn? So, David, before we start, I want to show you a little bit of my life.
Okay.
So you can tell me if you can help me. Het is nu 1:55, woensdagnacht. En ik ben nog even gezellig mijn administratie aan het doen. En wat blijkt, mijn rijbewijs is al sinds maart dit jaar verlopen. Dus ik rij nu illegaal rond. Weekendje kamperen. Ik heb alleen wel een tent, maar geen haringen. Wat zijn de haringen nou? Lara, heb je haringen meegenomen?
Nee.
Ik ben op zondag ook altijd de allerlaatste die de supermarkt uitkomt. Kijk, ze doen hem nu achter me dicht. Dit is mijn leven.
You're not so unusual, by the way.
No?
No. You know, basically, you just need to stop having stuff in your head. Your head's a terrible office.
Yeah.
Your brain is brilliant at recognizing, but your head is crappy at remembering things. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So you just need to understand how your brain doesn't work. You know, building a trusted system allows your brain to let go, but your brain can't let go until you have a system that you trust.
So you can help me by getting the stuff out of my head. Great.
But-
Let's go to my home office.
Well, we'll start there anyway, sure.
What do you think of it?
Hey, this is really in control compared to a lot of things I've seen, so
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
But you never know. You never know till you start to unpack it.
Yeah, that's
And you
true.
never know what's in here.
And do I have enough things to organize?
Well, we'll see. You don't need anything except blank paper. We're going to use that to unload. We're going to create something like an in basket or an in tray. If you don't have an in tray, that is something you will need to get and want to get sooner than later. That's when we need to explore, okay, what tool do you need for keeping lists? There's low-tech, mid-tech, or high-tech ways. Tech would
Okay.
be a loose leaf planner.
Because I'm overloaded right now because it's a lot of information.
Well, good. Then we'll just get started.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't try to figure it out.
Okay.
You need to rest, relax.
Hello. So David, this must feel like your second home.
It might not be a bad idea to get a couple, because you can put a label across the top.
And how many do I need?
I'd get 15.
15?
15.
Ik ben hier nog nooit geweest. Wat is die nu aan het doen?
I found labels that we can put on those.
Oké.
What we would love to find is a stand to put folders in so they stand up. That would be the closest to it.
What's the price?
Veel.
Veel.
Ik weet niet precies wat ze vragen. Lot of.
No thanks.
We have to improvise.
Dit is oké.
That's okay.
Nou moet ik er echt aan geloven.
Step one is to capture the things that have your attention. You don't have to decide what to do about it. You don't have to decide what it means. If it's a possibility, you've got something you might need to think or decide or do about it, throw it in here.
So these are all magazines that I have to read.
We can create a separate pile or a separate place called stuff to read.
Okay.
By the way, you need to make sure that you still want to read each one of these.
Yeah, I want it. What's this?
We're going to go through the whole house, by the
The
way.
whole house.
Now, whenever you come across something where you say, oh, you know, I really need to clean this up or I need to do, we're not going to put that in your in basket. You're just going to write a little note about that and we'll throw that note in the in basket. So before you go any further, write
it down.
Yep.
Parkeergarage, ik weet niet meer wat dat is.
I want a separate thing on a separate piece of paper. By the way, just to let you know, in case this helps you relax a little bit, there's one very important category that we'll create called someday maybe.
Ah, that's a nice one.
Then your agreement is not that you have to do anything about it now, but you'll reassess on some regular basis whether you want to or not.
Okay, and
So a whole lot of your projects could be moved over there if you say there's no way I'm going to be able to get to that with any period of time, particularly
it's
things around the
also-
house.
but it's also a dangerous one.
No, not if you look at it regularly.
Ah, so that's the
That's the-
agreement
that's
I
the-
have to make with
That's the
myself.
agreement you have to make with yourself, is you can only feel good about what you're not doing when you know what you're not doing.
That's helping me relaxing a little bit more.
I thought that would help.
Clean up this.
Yep.
Schilderij ophangen. I have over there some books that I want to give away. Nieuw behang. Op de marktplaats. Deze stoelen moeten we al heel lang opnieuw laten bekleden. This chair has to need a new jacket.
En ik had me nog wel zo goed voorbereid.
I would like to have a ghost like water. Spirit like water.
Wake up at 7 o'clock.
Wake up at 7 o'clock.
I feel miserable.
I feel miserable.
Clean teeth with a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Clean teeth with a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Only in the afternoon.
Only in the afternoon. Die lijst die wordt gewoon enorm groot. Ik merk dat ik daar een beetje onrustig van
It's
word.
becoming conscious of the stress you were already in.
I'm already in the stress.
As we say, the way out is through. Step two is to clarify. That's exerting the executive function and thinking, what is this? What does it mean to me? Is it actionable, yes or no? You're grabbing the stuff out of your head. You're going to make decisions about what it means and what you're going to do about them, if anything. And then we're going to find a way at least to start for you to explore, where do I now park those? Once you've decided what the action is, if you can actually take the action in less than 2 minutes, it would take you longer to organize it and look at it again than it would be to finish it the first time you realize it. By the way, if you want to start on any of this pile, that works too. You might find some 2-minute ones.
No thanks. Hier staan dus ook allemaal to-do dingen in. This is also a notebook with to-do things.
How recent is this?
Recent. I can also put it in my bag because I need the notebook on my work.
Well, if you're asking me for best practice, that sucks.
Oh, okay.
If you need it for your work, like need what?
I need the notebook for my work.
Oh, cool. Well, then why don't you tear out all the pages so you've got a fresh notebook?
Because
And then take all the other pages and put them in your in basket to be processed. My most used capture tool is that right there. That was the last hour or two. Right.
that's crazy, David.
Oh, I know. I'm absolutely nuts. There's nothing in my mind.
And how many moments
on a day you relax?
I'm relaxed all the time.
All the time?
I'm Mr. Spontaneous, trust me. That's why I figured all this out.
But this system is everything but spontaneous.
It is everything so I can be spontaneous. You're the most unspontaneous person I know.
Oh?
You told me that you're constantly distracted. That's not spontaneity. You're driven by what's most loudest in front of you. Yeah. I wouldn't say that's spontaneous. I'd say that's out of control. The only reason I responded that way to you, Linda, was you came at me with, gee, you're really crazy that I do all this.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, well.
It looks crazy.
Why?
Yeah, because there's nothing in your notebook. This is crazy what I have.
Well, welcome to the club. There are very few people on the planet that understand what I'm teaching you right now.
I would like to manage your program, but it's very confronting because for me it's structure is how do you call it? It's not my nature.
Well, but at least you see there's a possibility that you can. It does take an investment to set the system up and to put yourself through this process.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you never have to do it again. It's not like you're doing this every week. Heavens no, you'll never have to do this again. And it takes a lot less effort to then keep it clean as opposed to let it all pile up and then have to go through this process again. Mm-hmm. You then need to move to step 3, which is to organize the results of that thinking into appropriate categories.
Yes, your car is working again. Hey!
That was quick.
Really quick.
You're getting things done.
Yeah.
Step 4 is then to step back and then make sure you reflect and review on the whole inventory of all of these commitments at all these different levels.
Do you think the method works for me?
Well, you'll have to see whether you keep it up and then keep that process going. Did you feel any kind of relief or relaxation at all?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you want to get to. The problem is that a part of you doesn't trust your system yet. Usually it takes people a couple of months, even once they get a system set up, to start to trust, to let their brain go, I can relax because it's over there because I know I'll look at it at the right time. Until you know that, because a trusted system involves your behavior with it, not just the content in there.
Mm-hmm. Maar ik ben geen quitter. We zijn de hele dag nog bezig geweest met verzamelen en structureren. En ik ben niet eens aan mijn 26.187 ongelezen mails en notities toegekomen.
This is the number of my private mail.
Maar gelukkig heeft David me in contact gebracht met iemand die me daarmee verder helpt.
Hi.
Hi Arjan.
Nou, je hebt een heleboel notities verzameld en daar gaan we beslissingen over nemen wat die precies voor je betekenen. En afhankelijk van wat je besluit dat het is, komt het in een map of krijgt het een categorie.
Oké, dus eigenlijk hetzelfde als bij mijn papieren.
Ja.
Hij blijft me de komende periode begeleiden met de methode. En dat is ook wel nodig, want de liefde tussen mij en Getting Things Done moet duidelijk nog groeien. Maar dat schijnt normaal te zijn, zegt David.
You don't get a clear head for free. And by the way, don't feel bad. I know you feel bad because that's a typical response that people have when they first start to engage with this. It's like, oh my God, look at all of this.
Yeah.
And also being aware of, wow, this is going to take some investment to clean up. It is.
Ja, het is zeker een grote investering. Maar ik heb wel meteen een aantal projecten aangepakt. De 2-minuten-regel vind ik subliem. Die hou ik erin, waardoor mijn keuken nu standaard is opgeruimd en mijn to-do-lijsten korter zijn. Het mappensysteem vind ik lastig bij te houden. Maar Arjan houdt vinger aan de pols. En dat is maar goed ook, want mijn bureau heb ik inmiddels op Marktplaats gezet. Dus ik moet nog een andere plek zien te vinden voor mijn papieren.
More room.
More room?
Yep. Step 5 is when you engage. And engage means, okay, where do I now put my attention, my focus, my resources?
Ik zag het even niet meer zitten. Wat gaat deze methode tegen mijn natuur in? Of heb ik er nou echt een enorm zooitje van gemaakt?
Relax. Trust yourself. Listen to your heart. I mean, the heart speaks louder than anything. Actually, it doesn't speak louder. Oftentimes the heart is the last thing you hear because there's so much noise going on in your life. So that's why meditation and meditative kind of things, and as you said, environments like this, make it easier to touch into your heart or your spirit. But it's always there. You can touch into it, on the number 10 tram.